Hello, my name is Katie and this is my December wrap up. I read 8 books in December, but I did participate in Cram-a-Thon where I did get through about 5 books, so that is the main bulk of it. Okay, the first book that I read this month was We'll Save the Galaxy for Food by Yahtzee Croshaw. I do have a review for it, which is on my channel. I did it a couple of weeks ago. If you're looking for a nice funny sci-fi read, this one is definitely... it's one to go for. The next book that I read this month was Drums of Autumn by Diana Gabaldon, the 4th book in the Outlander series, and my whole aim was to read more than one Outlander book per year. I read 2 at the end of this year. I will admit towards the end I did kind of go out of it and was a bit meh, but it was pretty good. I think it totally could have been like minimum 200 pages less than it was, but it's a hulking epic, so what else do you expect from one? I gave this one 4 stars out of 5. It was pretty good. The next books that I read in December were Poison Study and Magic Study, both by Maria V. Schneider. Oh my god, they were good. I really enjoyed these, hence all of the tabs going through, because these have been on my TBR list for about, what, 5 years. It's pretty much about a girl who she has the choice of either being hanged for her crimes, for the murder she committed, or she can become the commander's food taster for poison and things like that, and she obviously chooses the poison, otherwise it would be a very short book and I doubt it would have gone into a trilogy, but it's really good. The next book that I read in December was the novella The Grown Up by Gillian Flynn. This novella is really short. It's less than 100 pages and it is about a woman who is pretending to be a kind of fortune teller, and she's helping a lady out with the spooky goings on in her house, and it was pretty good for a short story. It did have hairs kind of crawling on the back of my neck at some points, but then towards the end it kind of got weird and I feel like it was always meant to be a bigger book. I did give it 3 stars, but I don't think I'm going to return to it. I still have loved everything that I've read of Gillian Flynn, so good one. The next book I read was an ebook, and that was Unravel Me by Tahira Murphy. Now this one is the second one in the Shatter Me trilogy, and yeah, I am extremely late to this because I read Shatter Me about 2-3 years ago and I loved it, and I just didn't get my hands on the other ones, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to ebook it instead of waiting around for a physical copy. But I loved it so much that, oh my god, I feel like I have to get a physical copy, and I feel like I need to start the 3rd one immediately before her new book comes out in, I think it's March, I'm not sure, but I gave that one 4 stars and I just loved the character development you had in that. It was so good. The next book that I read was The Last Name of Sara by Kristen Cesarelli. I got this as a Christmas present from my boyfriend and I had to pick it up as soon as I got it because I was really looking forward to it. It is about a girl who is a dragon slayer. She's also a princess, and her father offers her the whole point of, you can either get married to this horrible man you are betrothed to, who's a really horrific guy, or you can go and bring me the head of the first dragon. I think I gave it 3.5 stars purely because of the beginning, but I don't know. If I reread it I might change my mind, but there were some little bits that I loved in there. The last book that I read actually on New Year's Eve in one whole sitting, I think it took me like 2.5 hours, was Animal Farm by George Orwell. It is really good and it was a nice fly through, but I was getting really angry with some of the characters that represented Stalin and things like that, and I was just there like, this is gonna frustrate me, but I'm really enjoying it, so I'm not gonna stop. And I'm so glad that I did read it. I now want to read more George Orwell books, and yeah, I gave it 5 stars because Animal Farm. If you've read any of these books, please talk to me in the comments below about them and we shall have a good natter. And yeah, hope you all had a fantastic Christmas and amazing New Year, and I will see you next time. Bye!